let's talk about Matisse doing that. So do you have like a bit of that quote that he said, Marcus?
Yeah, I pulled it out just for you. So they asked him after the game how he felt in Portland. He said, first thing was I felt comfortable. I didn't realize how much you can take that for granted to feel and know that I'm wanted and needed, and the coaching staff and players have my back. I think it showed in just my ability to play and be more of myself.
So you're going to go up to a mural of yourself on the wall in Philly, make a whole big production out of like saying thank you, Philly, and sign your name on it, and then leave and say that. That's a big shot. It's not like it was dysfunctional.
He's thanking Philly.
If you hate where you're from, I don't know if you're gonna put that. Kyrie wasn't signing thanks Brooklyn on any murals, all right?
And he definitely didn't feel comfortable in Brooklyn.
That's not feeling comfortable. What the hell? I mean,
being in Brooklyn and being for the Brooklyn Nets are two different things. That's what I'm saying. No, but Philly and the Philly Sixers are two different things.
You mean besides you mean he was saying thanks fans? Yes. What are you saying?
Yes. Isn't that why most people post that stuff?
I just don't see where there was never any. I mean, we don't know could fill a book. That's first. So we don't know what's going on really behind the scenes. I never would have thought Matisse was unhappy. I never heard things about us pressuring him to get vaccinated. Some of this might be where that's from because people were pretty rough on him. But if anything, it was the fans that were rough on him for not getting vaccinated. I didn't hear any teammates say anything about that. I didn't hear any coaches make some like snickering comments about him not being available for a big playoff game.
Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Go ahead. You finish.
No, I was just gonna say I just don't. I mean, it seemed kind of like it was unnecessary. Why do you have to say that kind of thing? Unless it was that bad. I never got a sense it was that bad. I never picked up on that. Like sometimes you can see when things aren't right. People knew Simmons and people were having issues for a while. And you can, as an observer who watches most of the games, I've done all the games, you could see that. You could see that there was something wrong there, right? But I never got that from Matisse, and he said teammates. I never got any kind of issues. Didn't NB just say that he wants him to stick around? I mean, what opportunities did we not give him? We gave him plenty of chances to shoot 31%. He just shot 31%. You shot 4 of 6 with Philly more often. You'd still be here, dude. I mean, it's not like you were doing that every night and we traded you. You weren't doing that here.
Yeah. Well, you're right. I think you're right in everything you said. I'll be a little devil's advocate.
Please.
For the sake of the conversation.
I love that.
One, we do not know what goes on in the locker room, what was said. We do not know the relationship with the coach. If you do not think that a coach help you with your confidence or helping to destroy your confidence doesn't matter, you're kidding yourself. I'm not saying Doc did that to him. I'm just saying a coach can say things or do things or play you a certain way that can diminish your confidence. A teammate, it could just be one or it just be a couple. But if it's one that has a voice, a dominant personality, it could matter. It could be someone that's in cahoots with the coach. So I'm not saying any of that happened. I'm saying that that's very possible to make a situation uncomfortable for a guy. It can easily happen. Obviously, he's been waiting to say this.
Yes, it seemed that way.
Because he said it in game 1.
Because he had a good game
2 or whatever it is for him. But for him to be with a new team, new teammates, new coaching staff that he's been with for a week, and all of a sudden they have his back. That to me, that wasn't a they have my back as much as it was they didn't have my back.
Yes.
That's how I took it. So instead of kind of saying that, he kind of said it the other way so you can kind of draw a picture. This is how he felt. for whatever reason. We just don't know the reasons, but this is how he felt. Whether they were legit and whether other people understand why he felt that way, I'm sure that the Sixers won't even address it, so we'll never know. And hopefully he doesn't talk about it anymore and he can just move on. But it's obviously those feelings were there. And it was hard to play for that, play in that manner. So for both parties, they wanted to move on and he wanted to move on. So good luck to him. And hopefully, speaking of McDaniels, he played well. Hopefully for my wish with him is that it doesn't feel like a lateral move. That he can consistently be better than Thybulle was. That's my wish. But that'll take some time. But my wish is that he can be more consistent. He can give us a little more versatility. And he's a guy that we can play at the end of the games.
Yeah.
If that's the case and it's not a lateral move, then I would call it a success. If it's a lateral move, then it just stay that way. I mean,
if I was going to be devil's advocate on my own argument, I'd also say he averaged 26 minutes a game last year.
Yeah.
He had 26. Thybulle, sorry.
Yes.
He had 26 last night for Portland. This year for Philly, he averaged 12. Now, I know they kept saying, "Show me you're worth more minutes," but in his mind, he's like, "Dude, I mean, you know how much
I mean, if I really wanted to be devil's advocate, and I really wasn't going to say it, but I'll say it. If he was doing what PJ would be doing, that people would be complaining. A great deal. And in some ways, I think that's what he's talking about.
PJ is shooting 39% from three, though. It's better than I thought it was.
I didn't because he's very limited as far as his takes. I'm just saying, if he was giving the team the production in every way that PJ's doing, it would not be enough.
Yeah.
But why? Why is that? And PJ's a starter, plays more consistent minutes. And what's the difference in their numbers in their minutes?
With us, you mean with us?
Yes. This season or last season.
So 33%. Thybulle's shooting 33% from three off of, I think, 1.3 attempts per game. So 1.4 attempts a game. He was making 1.3. He was making 33%. PJ Tucker makes 39% off of 1.7. So he's shooting a little more and making them more.
What's the points average? Rebounds average.
Man, points average is brutal. That 1.3 I talked about, that's about his average. So it's 3.3 for PJ Tucker, and Thybulle was averaging 2.7. So very close. I think he plays half the minutes. Yeah. He plays half the minutes. Yeah. So his per 36 would be a lot better than PJ's with points.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the expectations for him has always been higher, and that if he would have came in and he played PJ's minutes with the same production, Doc Rivers wouldn't be going to say we won this game because PJ Tucker's on the court. Mm-hmm. We didn't hear that type of stuff. So that's why I said I'm playing devil's advocate. So it's like you didn't, if you would he have said that about him?
Because Matisse also had very good plus minuses, and some of the better lineups that created the most efficient lineups, he was involved in those. So he was performing on a plus minus level, which earlier in the year, Doc came to bat for PJ about that too, saying he affects the game in a positive way.
He was defending PJ's performance.
Yes, based on plus minuses.
Yes, I'm just saying. So he was defending him. And we're saying, so what was Thybulle's numbers last year with quote unquote around the same amount of numbers.
More minutes.
Minutes.
Yeah, because they played around the same amount of minutes last year as this year. 5.7 points in 25. So they played the same amount of minutes, 25. 5.7 points for Thybulle in comparison to 3.3 for Tucker.
That's
2.
what I'm saying.
2.
That's all I'm saying. And I didn't look, and I had no idea what their numbers were. I didn't even look it up. I'm just saying what the expectations for Thybulle versus PJ with the same. It was an issue for Thybulle to average 5 points, and PJ's averaging less, but Thybulle got more criticism.
31% from 3, though.
It's still 5 points. It's still 3. It's still 5-3. What is good as 39% if you still only getting 3 points?
Yeah, because Tucker doesn't attempt anything.
That's what I'm saying. So
Tucker
if you don't shoot, if you're not shooting, if you're averaging a higher percentage and you're not shooting, what difference? How much of a difference does that really make?
Mm.
The threat, you can't leave PJ open in the corner.
Are we watching? You watching the same here?
He's shooting 39%.
Did they not leave him open?
He's making about 40% a game though. So I mean, like
he's only taking 1.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Tobias only taking like 8. So like we have a shot problem. I mean, there's 2 guys taking.
Like he's still taking 1. So it's all I'm saying is
and PJ's a better rebounder than Thybulle. That's not even close.
Is he a better defender?
I don't think he's a better defender than PJ is, but I think PJ can guard more people. I think PJ can guard.
I don't. I think he can guard more bigs. I don't think he can guard more perimeter players.
That's true. So yeah. So I mean, Tucker can change your lineup. You can put him at 5 for a few minutes.
Yes, he can do that.
Obviously, couldn't do that with Thybulle, but
yes.
But yes, Thybulle can also guard your 1 on switches.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that's why I say he could. That's why I wouldn't say he can guard more people. He just guard bigger people.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Look, I mean, we wouldn't be saying this if Thybulle had one of his typical.
Look. Like I said, I was playing devil's advocate. That's all
I know. Four. I mean, look, man. 4 threes to open up. I mean, he had an amazing game for them. I can't believe he did that. His opening.
We'll see if it lasts. We'll see if he's consistent. How consistent he is with the.
I told Marcus his game yesterday. He thought I was kidding. He was like, "Shut up! You're joking me." I was like, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, 1 steal, 4 threes. He was like, "You're lying." He didn't believe it. Like
I did. I thought you were messing with me.
I mean, dude, he shot 9 times in the game. When the hell is the last time Thybulle? If I look through our game log, how many times he shot 9 times in a game?
But Eric, to my point, because some Sixers fans were just blaming Doc for Matisse dominating in this game. My thing is talk about being comfortable and being able to play your game. When you're going to a team that's teetering on play-in game, they don't really have expectations. The expectations for them is just making the playoffs. They're hoping Dame can do his thing once they get into the playoffs. Where we have championship aspirations. I mean, isn't it a little different? The expectations are different. You can play free in a situation where making the playoffs is a pinnacle of a season for you.
Well, the expectations are different from the team. As far as like Portland came into the season, I'm sure they would like to win the championship.
Yeah.
Right now, they want to get into the playoffs, but it's a situation where Grant didn't play, so we don't know how that dynamic is going to look when he comes back, or if he's playing for Portland. So they had some guys that didn't play that kind of created opportunities for him. We're a team that made it to the second round last year with him starting a lot and playing a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Made it to the second round. So now, did we have championship aspirations last year?
Yeah.
He played 20 minutes.
I think it would have been less if Danny Green didn't get hurt.
I'm just saying, but he played 20 minutes and we had championship aspirations last year.
Yeah.
So we come in this year with same aspirations and he plays less.
Yeah.
Because we signed PJ Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
He shot 9 or more times for Philly 3 times in 3 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's opportunity too.
3.5 years.
That's opportunity, and I think I'm not sure if
in 2 of those games he was -12 and -11. By the way,
I'm not sure the way things were going in Philly, if the only way he would have shot 9 times from 3 is if he were making them.
Yes,
because if he got to a certain point, if he weren't making them, then it would have turned sour.
Yeah.
That's how it was for a guy. So if you feel that, we feel it, he feels it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's hard to do. It's hard to play for. Not everybody's is built for that.
Is that an Australian thing? We got Simmons, the same thing, the comfortable stuff. Matisse with his comfortable stuff.
It could be Australian. It could be I know some Americans that weren't built to play in Philly.
Yeah, no, I was making a joke.
You call it whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I played there for a long time, and I know that it's not an easy place to play for some guys. I've seen guys really struggle there, really, really. So, and they were really good. So if you can't lean on what you do well and you can't do it, that's not the time for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, regardless of what, hopefully this ends. Hopefully Matisse doesn't carry on talking about the Sixers stuff. Like, Tyreek Hill continued to talk about the Chiefs 8 months after he was gone from that organization. Hopefully Matisse ends it at this with this comfortable talk.